Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much. Why do some people break through while others remain stuck in the same frustrating loop? What if the only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mindset? And what if a few simple rules, ignored by most, could completely transform your path? If your days feel like a constant battle filled with stress, exhaustion, and the sense of being stuck, you're not alone. Many people wake up each day feeling this way. But there's a difference between those who merely survive and those who thrive. And it all begins with a few foundational principles. Follow them, and you'll begin to unlock success and a better life. Ignore them, and you may find yourself trapped in the same cycle, constantly asking why nothing ever changes. Rule 1. Master your mindset. Your mind is the battlefield where success or failure is decided. Every day, you're met with challenges, doubts, and fears. But here's the truth. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly feed your mind with negativity, your life will reflect that energy. But if you build a mindset rooted in growth, discipline, and resilience, success will follow. The first step? Take control of your inner dialogue. What you say to yourself matters more than you think. The power of definiteness, of purpose, and auto-suggestion is real. It has shaped the destinies of countless successful individuals. Your mind is always speaking. The question is, what is it saying? Are you feeding it doubt or empowering it with solutions? Stop saying, I can't. Start asking, how can I? Replace excuses with execution. Instead of I don't have time, say, I'll make it a priority. Instead of I'm not good enough, say, I'm working to improve. And instead of I'll start tomorrow, simply start now. Some of the world's most successful people, like Henry Ford and Andrew Carnegie, didn't rely on luck or privilege. They relied on belief. Each excuse you remove is one step closer to the success you're capable of achieving. Challenge your limiting beliefs. Take Edwin C. Barnes, for example. In the early 1900s, he had just one goal: to work with Thomas Edison. No money, no connections, no education, but an unshakable belief in himself. He didn't ask if success was possible. He decided it was inevitable. Barnes boarded a train with nothing but determination. He walked into Edison's office and declared himself a business partner. Edison didn't take him seriously at first, but Barnes didn't quit. He took whatever job he could get, low-level, thankless work, and waited patiently. When an opportunity finally arose, he seized it. He became the exclusive distributor of Edison's dictating machine, and, in time, a wealthy man. So, what made Barnes different? In the next section, we'll explore the mindset behind that kind of relentless determination and how you can harness it in your own journey. In the last section, we saw how Edwin C. Barnes refused to wait for ideal circumstances. He created them. His story reminded us that the foundation of transformation begins in the mind. Now, let's go deeper into what truly sets people like Barnes apart from the rest. He saw an opportunity where others only saw rejection. He didn't wait for perfect timing. He made the timing right. He didn't sit around hoping to feel ready. He moved forward in spite of his fears. This is one of the most overlooked truths about success. It's a mental game before it ever becomes a reality. And those who win are the ones who act even when doubt and fear try to hold them back. Think about it. How often have you delayed action, telling yourself you're just not ready yet? But readiness is a myth. If you wait until the fear goes away, you'll wait forever. Fear thrives in inaction. It feeds on hesitation, magnifies problems that don't even exist, and keeps you stuck. But the moment you take action, something powerful happens. Fear shrinks. You prove to yourself that you are capable. You flip the script. When fear whispers that you'll fail, remind yourself, Failure is part of the process. No one succeeds without stumbling. Every setback is a lesson. Every mistake is a message. And every failure is a stepping stone toward mastery. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They're the ones who never quit. That's why your mindset must be strengthened daily. But how? Start by reading books that challenge your way of thinking. Have conversations that stretch your comfort zone. Reflect on your choices. Ask yourself what's working and what isn't. Be intentional about what enters your mind, because your thoughts, beliefs, and the content you consume shape your future. Guard your mental environment like a fortress. Choose to surround yourself with people who build you up, not break you down. Because once you master your mind, your circumstances no longer control you. You control them. Your life is a mirror of your mindset. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. Train your mind to see opportunities where others see roadblocks. Train your mind to take responsibility instead of pointing fingers. Train your mind to persist when everything inside you wants to give up. As the famous principle reminds us, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. When belief becomes your baseline and action becomes your habit, success won't just be a possibility. It will become your reality. Rule 2. Build unbreakable discipline. Here's the truth that many ignore. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is unstoppable. Too many people wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, or the perfect energy level to get moving. But the ones who truly succeed, they move regardless of how they feel. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for the wind to blow you forward. It's unpredictable and inconsistent. But discipline is the engine. It's the force that gets you out of bed when your body begs for more sleep. It's the quiet determination that takes you to the gym even when every muscle aches. It's the unshakable focus that drives you to work hard, even when there's no applause, no spotlight, just your commitment. Discipline is the bridge between intention and action. It's what turns a dream into a result. And those who master it become unstoppable, not because they always feel like doing the work, but because they do it anyway. So what's the secret? Make discipline a habit, not a debate. Train your mind to act regardless of how you feel, and you'll never need to wait for motivation again. In the next part, we'll explore exactly how to build that kind of mental toughness, so that even on your hardest days, you still move forward. In the last section, we uncover the truth about discipline. That it's not about doing things when you feel like it, but doing them especially when you don't. Now, let's take that understanding even deeper. This is where the shift happens. You don't just hope to be disciplined, you decide. You declare, this is who I am. You stop treating effort like a switch you flip on and off. True success doesn't come from occasional bursts of motivation. It's built on the foundation of daily, unwavering commitment. Not when it feels good, not when it's convenient, but every single day. It's not about showing up only when inspiration strikes. It's about showing up no matter what. That's the difference maker. You build your life around clear, non-negotiable commitments, habits that define you. Whether it's waking up at a set time, exercising daily, or dedicating time to personal growth, these actions aren't optional. You don't debate them. You don't delay them. They become a part of your identity. You do them because they are simply what you do. And like any muscle, discipline gets stronger through use. Your willpower can be trained, but not through comfort. It grows when tested. Start with small, consistent wins. Make your bed each morning. Read 10 pages of a good book. Take a cold shower. These may seem insignificant on their own, but over time, they reshape your mind. These acts train your brain to take control rather than be hijacked by fleeting emotions or excuses. Once you master the small things, you earn the right to level up. You'll find yourself ready to tackle bigger goals, raise your standards, and push past boundaries you once thought were unbreakable. Over time, discipline stops feeling like something you're forcing. It becomes part of who you are. While others back down because they don't feel like it, you move forward. When motivation disappears, you remain grounded. When life pushes back, you don't collapse, you rise. That's the power of unbreakable discipline. It becomes your edge, your advantage. With that kind of drive, nothing can stop you. Not opinions, not setbacks, not fear. You don't just dream, you execute. Day after day, action after action. That's how real victories are earned. Rule 3. Set goals that break your comfort zone. Comfort zones feel safe. They're familiar, predictable, and easy to stay in. But let's be honest, comfort zones are also where dreams quietly fade. Growth doesn't happen in the familiar. It lives in the uncomfortable, the unpredictable, the unknown. If you never stretch yourself, you'll never discover how far you can go. That's why your goals should scare you just a little. If your goals don't make you nervous, they're probably not big enough. Discomfort is a sign that you're being stretched, and that's exactly where transformation begins. In the next section, we'll dive into how to set these bold, discomfort-driven goals, and how to follow through even when fear, doubt, and resistance show up to challenge you. In the last part, we talked about the danger of staying in your comfort zone, and how true growth requires bold, uncomfortable goals that push you to evolve. Now let's explore what really holds most people back from setting those kinds of goals in the first place. It usually starts where fear and doubt begin to creep in. Most people don't aim high, not because they lack potential, but because they're afraid of failing. They want control. They want certainty, so they play it safe. They set goals that are small, manageable, and low risk. But in doing so, they don't avoid failure. They guarantee it. Here's the truth. Failure is inevitable, whether your goals are small or big. Setbacks will come either way. Playing small doesn't protect you. It limits you. When you avoid risk, you fail by default. Because if you never try, you never grow. You lose before you've even begun. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who dodge failure. They're the ones who use failure as fuel. They don't fear the fall, they learn from it. They build resilience. They adapt, and they keep going. If your goals don't make you uncomfortable, they won't change you. Growth requires resistance, just like muscle is built under strain. Real progress is forged in pressure, challenge, and struggle. So what should you do? Set clear, measurable targets, goals that stretch you, that demand more from you than you're used to giving. Write them down. Break them into small, actionable steps. Make your goals tangible, not abstract. That way, they're not just dreams floating in your mind. They become blueprints, plans that can be executed, tracked, and improved. Most importantly, commit to them. Not "I'll try," not "maybe someday." Those phrases invite hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. Decide that your goals are non-negotiable. Decide that you will follow through no matter what. Success isn't reserved for the most talented or the most privileged. It belongs to those who refuse to stop. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't luck or intelligence. It's persistence. It's the decision that failure will not be the end, but a lesson. Every setback is feedback. Every mistake is data. Every fall is a test of how badly you want it. The most successful people on the planet, they fail over and over, but they never quit. That's the difference. So, dream bigger than you ever have before. Set goals that seem just out of reach, and then chase them with everything you've got. Step outside your comfort zone. Embrace the fear, the risk, the unknown. That's where success lives. That's where transformation begins. Rule 4, stop seeking approval. Too many people hold back, not because they can't succeed, but because they're waiting for permission. They silence their own potential in fear of being judged. They measure their worth by what others think. But what if the only approval you ever needed was your own? In the next section, we'll dive into how external validation quietly sabotages your success, and how reclaiming your inner voice can set you free. In the last part, we explored how living for approval limits your potential, and how stepping into your truth, even when misunderstood, is what sets real achievers apart. Now, let's talk about the moment that changes everything. The moment you stop caring what others think. The second you let go of the need for validation. You gain a freedom most people never experience. People will judge you, no matter what. Whether you play it safe or take a bold risk, someone will always have something to say. Some will cheer you on, others will criticize, and many won't understand you at all. But here's the truth. Their judgment has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with them. Their opinions are filtered through their own fears, their own insecurities, and the limits they've placed on themselves. So ask yourself, why should their limitations become your reality? Why let their fears define your future? The only voice that should shape your decisions is the one inside your head. When you live constantly chasing external approval, you lose connection with your own desires. You become a version of yourself that's curated to please others. And slowly, you forget who you really are. But when you start listening to your inner voice, when you learn to trust your instincts above all else, you unlock something powerful. You stop shrinking. You stop molding yourself to fit into boxes that were never made for you. Instead, you begin to live fully on your own terms. Define your own values. Get clear on what matters to you. And once you do, refuse to compromise. You weren't born to be liked by everyone. You were born to be real. And when you stand in that truth, something amazing happens. The right people will respect you for who you are. And the ones who don't, they were never meant to walk your path anyway. Some of the greatest minds in history were ridiculed, doubted, and dismissed. But they didn't retreat. They didn't water themselves down to fit in. They followed a vision, and they pursued it relentlessly. You must do the same. Trust your path, even when no one else sees it. Follow what ignites your spirit, even if others don't understand it. Passion is rare, and it's powerful. Don't let the doubts of others dim that fire inside you. If something excites you, fuels you, and makes you feel alive, chase it. Tune out the noise. Silence the doubts. You don't need permission to live the life that calls to you. Because one day, you'll look back, and the regret of not being true to yourself will hurt far more than any judgment you once feared. You won't remember who criticized you, but you'll remember the chances you didn't take. So stop hesitating. Stop looking for approval. Be unapologetically yourself, and let the world adjust. Rule 5. Embrace the struggle. No one who ever achieved greatness did so without facing adversity. And yet, most people see struggle as a reason to quit, as a warning sign to turn back. But struggle isn't a signal to stop. It's proof that you're growing. It's the fire that forges resilience, the storm that strengthens your foundation, and the test that reveals your true character. In the next section, we'll break down how adversity is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. And how pushing through pain, not avoiding it, is the path to becoming everything you're meant to be. In the previous section, we explored a powerful truth. The moment you stop seeking approval and start living on your own terms, you begin to unlock real freedom. Now let's shift to another truth most people avoid, the one about struggle. When life pushes you, when discomfort hits hard, it's not trying to destroy you. It's trying to shape you. Struggle doesn't break you. It builds you. Every challenge you face has a purpose. It refines your character, sharpens your focus, disciplines your thinking, and fortifies your inner will. These are things that comfort could never teach you. While comfort may feel safe, it doesn't help you grow. Discomfort teaches perseverance. It forces you to adapt. It draws out the kind of inner strength you didn't know you had. Every setback carries a message. Every failure offers insight. It's not the opposite of success. It's part of the path. In fact, the most successful people in the world have failed far more often than most ever attempt. They weren't immune to pain or hardship, but they didn't let difficulty define them. When life knocked them down, they didn't stay down. They studied their mistakes. extracted lessons from their defeats, and came back stronger, smarter, and more determined. That's the mindset of a champion. Most people run from discomfort. They look for shortcuts, hoping to avoid pain. But the truth? The path of least resistance leads nowhere meaningful. True success requires a willingness to endure. The biggest victories are earned by those who keep going, especially when everything inside them wants to quit. The people who win in life aren't always the most talented. They're not always the most intelligent, but they are the ones who refuse to give up. They're the ones who keep moving forward, even when progress is slow and the weight is heavy. So stop avoiding difficulties. Stop seeing struggle as something to run from. Instead, lean into it. Learn from it. Use it as fuel. That frustration, that fatigue, that emotional resistance, it's all part of the process. Every time you push through, you become more resilient, more focused, and more unstoppable. If success were easy, everyone would have it. But it's not. And that's what makes it meaningful. Struggle reveals who really wants it. It separates the ones who merely wish from the ones who are willing to fight. And when you finally reach your goal, knowing how much pain you pushed through to get there, the victory will mean more than words can explain. When you stop fearing the struggle and begin embracing it, you become unbreakable. Hardships will still come, but they won't destroy you. Setbacks will still happen, but they won't stop you. Because now you understand struggle isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Rule 6, remove toxic people. Because no matter how strong your mindset is, your environment matters. And the people around you, they shape your direction more than you think. In the next section, we'll look at how to protect your growth by eliminating the voices that keep pulling you backward. In the last section, we explored how struggle is not your enemy, but your greatest ally. Now, let's talk about one of the most underestimated forces shaping your life, the people around you. Your environment is more than just where you live, it's who you let in. The energy you absorb, the conversations you have, the standards you allow, all of it influences your potential. Whether you realize it or not, the people closest to you are shaping your mindset every day. If you're constantly surrounded by negative, lazy, or uninspired individuals, their thinking will slowly creep into yours. Their habits, their attitudes, their limits, they become contagious. You start to lower your standards without even noticing. You start accepting just enough when you're capable of so much more. But the opposite is also true. When you surround yourself with ambitious, focused, and disciplined people, something shifts. You rise to meet them. Their mindset becomes your new standard. Their drive, their intensity, their expectations, those qualities rub off on you. They challenge you. They push you. And whether you like it or not, they force you to level up. Success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about environment. It's about who you let into your space and how they influence your direction. So take inventory. Audit your circle. Look at the people in your life right now. Do they inspire you or drain you? Do they push you to grow, or do they keep you comfortably stuck? Be honest. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Some people are anchors. They keep you tied to the same old habits, the same old doubts, the same excuses. Others are engines. They propel you forward, fuel your ambition, and believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself. Cut out the ones who drain your energy. This isn't about being cold or unkind. It's about protecting your future. You simply cannot afford to let small-minded people block you from big opportunities. You cannot allow toxic voices to poison your mindset. The price is too high. Distance yourself from anyone who mocks your dreams, doubts your goals, or dismisses your vision. Every conversation, every interaction, every relationship is either strengthening your resolve or weakening it. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who challenge you to be better, the ones who encourage you to aim higher and won't let you settle. The people who hold you accountable to your own greatness. Those are the ones who belong in your life. Your circle should reflect where you're going, not where you've been. Because the company you keep will either pull you toward greatness or pull you away from it. It really is that simple. If you want to succeed, you need to be in an environment where success is the standard, not the exception. Find mentors. Seek out role models. Align yourself with people who've already achieved what you're aiming for. Surround yourself with the mindset you want to adopt and watch how quickly you rise. Rule 7. Raise your standards. Because once you upgrade your circle, the next step is upgrading what you expect from yourself. In the next section, we'll talk about how raising your standards, internally and externally, can completely transform the results you get in life. In the previous section, we explored the power of your environment, the people around you, and how they influence your path. But even with the right circle, none of it matters if you don't master what comes next: your ability to focus. Rule 8. Master the art of focus. Your standards determine your direction, but your focus determines how far you'll go. Distraction is one of the greatest threats to ambition. In today's world, it's easier than ever to waste time, scrolling endlessly, chasing trivial entertainment, indulging in gossip, and numbing the mind with meaningless noise. Every moment lost to distraction is a moment stolen from your future. And most people don't even realize it's happening. The truth hasn't changed. Greatness isn't just about natural talent. It's about undivided attention. The individuals who achieve remarkable things aren't necessarily more gifted. They're more focused. They discipline their minds. They guard their time. And they understand this simple principle: every moment matters. The focused person, the one who practices discipline and intentional action, knows that prosperity is built through consistent effort. They don't leave their future to chance. They protect their schedule like it's sacred. They say no to unnecessary obligations. They stay committed to their craft, while others are pulled away by every new distraction. They don't get caught up in idle conversations, constant notifications, or time-wasting habits. They create an environment that supports their goals, one rooted in purpose, structure, and determination. In a world full of noise, mastering focus is a rare skill, but it's also a powerful one. When you can shut out distractions, you gain an edge most people never will. You take back control, not just of your time, but of your direction. This doesn't mean becoming rigid or joyless. It means being intentional, rising early, setting priorities, defining what truly matters, and following through with full commitment. Those who master this discipline will always rise above those who scatter their energy. Because success doesn't come from dabbling. It comes from depth, from giving your full attention to what truly moves you forward. Time is your most valuable asset. Once it's gone forever. If you don't protect it, someone else will waste it for you. So learn to say no. No to distractions. No to unnecessary meetings. No to pursuits that don't align with your mission. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you're saying no to something that does. And when you work with intention. Work with fire. Half-hearted effort builds nothing lasting. Split focus leads to scattered results. But total focus? That creates power. That builds legacy. In the next section, we'll look at how purpose, not passion, is the fuel that sustains that level of focus, and how clarity of mission can carry you further than emotion ever could. In the last section, we uncovered the importance of mastering your focus. How a disciplined attention is the foundation of all meaningful achievement. But focus alone isn't enough. To truly rise, you need something deeper, a belief in yourself that nothing can shake. Rule 9. Develop relentless self-belief. Whether in business, at home, or in the pursuit of self-mastery, the most accomplished individuals are those who give their full attention to the task at hand. They aren't distracted by noise. They aren't swayed by the trivial or the unimportant. When the mind is focused, results follow. But even more powerful than focus is what fuels it: belief. Because no amount of effort matters if you don't first believe it's worth making. If you don't believe in yourself. The truth is, the world will try to plant doubt in you. People will question your abilities. They'll label you as unworthy, too ambitious, or simply unrealistic. But their voices only hold power if you choose to listen. The strongest force in your life is not the opinion of others. It's the belief you hold about yourself. If a person doesn't believe in their own potential, how can they expect anyone else to? Self-belief is not a luxury, it's a requirement. And like any skill, it must be trained. You must silence the voice of doubt when it creeps in. You must stand firm when challenges appear, choosing to focus on your strengths rather than your shortcomings. In your lowest moments, recall your past wins, no matter how small. Let them serve as proof that you are capable. Let your own story remind you that you've been through hard things before, and you made it. And above all, watch the language you use with yourself. The words you speak internally carry weight. Speak with certainty. Replace "I hope" with "I will." Let your thoughts reflect the outcome you intend to create, because your thoughts shape your destiny. When the world says, "You can't," let your actions say, "Watch me." The skeptics, the doubters, the critics, they will always be there. But they're not the main characters in your story. They're background noise. The ones who make history are not the ones who bowed to ridicule. They're the ones who moved forward anyway, with quiet strength and unwavering conviction. Confidence is not arrogance. It's not loud. It's not boastful. It's the steady, calm inner knowing that you are prepared for the road ahead. It's the quiet steel that allows you to stand tall when life tries to push you down. The truly confident don't seek applause. They prove their worth through their actions. They don't need permission. They don't wait to be told they're good enough. They already know. This kind of belief must be protected. Guard it like a priceless treasure. Feed it daily. Speak it. Live it. Because from this belief, all achievement flows. Remind yourself, over and over again, that you are capable, you are worthy, and you are the one writing this story. The world doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards boldness. It rewards resilience. It remembers the ones who refuse to back down. And once you build that kind of unshakable self-belief, there is no room left for doubt. Rule 10. Take full responsibility for your life. Because belief without ownership is incomplete. In the next section, we'll explore how radical responsibility becomes the key to taking back your power and transforming your life from the inside out. In the last section, we explored the power of self-belief, the inner conviction that separates those who rise from those who retreat. But belief alone isn't enough. To bring that belief to life, there's one thing you must do: act. Rule 10. Take massive action. No force, whether hardship, resistance, or failure, can stop a person who is fully committed. When you believe in yourself and move forward with conviction, the world eventually follows. But if you hesitate, if you wait, stall, or second guess, opportunity will pass you by. So hold your head high. Stay rooted in your convictions. Walk forward with certainty, because in the end, it's not the approval of others that shapes your destiny. It's the strength of your actions. You can have all the ideas in the world. You can dream. You can plan. You can imagine grand possibilities for your life. But unless you take action, they remain exactly that, possibilities. And too many people spend their lives stuck in the planning stage, waiting for the right moment. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. There's only now. And the longer you delay, the further your goals drift beyond your reach. Time waits for no one. The world doesn't reward the thinker who never moves. It doesn't favor the dreamer who never builds. Overthinking breeds paralysis. Excuses become a comfortable hiding place. And in that place, progress dies. You can fill your mind with knowledge. You can watch, read, listen, and learn. But if you never apply what you've learned, you remain stuck. It's not the man with the best ideas who succeeds. It's the one who dares to act on them. Action is what turns dreams into results. It's what separates the few who break through from the many who stay behind. You must seize the moment because opportunity doesn't linger. It moves fast, and it waits for the bold, not the hesitant. You will have to take risks. You will fail, but that's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of movement. Mistakes aren't the end. They're part of the process. Each misstep is a stepping stone toward mastery. The one who never fails is the one who never tried. And the one who never tries, he never grows. He never evolves. He never lives fully. If you fear failure more than you fear standing still, you'll stay stuck in the middle, safe but unfulfilled. Confidence doesn't come before action. It's built through action. No one ever gained strength by watching someone else succeed. No one ever became skilled by dreaming about success. The craftsman becomes great through effort. The warrior becomes skilled through battle. And the leader rises by making hard decisions, even when he's unsure. The more you do, the more you learn. The more you move, the more you grow. Strength is forged in struggle. Wisdom is born through experience. That's why action is non-negotiable. Don't deceive yourself with comfort. Don't wait to feel ready, because greatness doesn't wait. The ones who change their lives are the ones who step forward before the timing feels perfect, because they know that action creates momentum. Rule 11, think long-term, because real transformation doesn't happen overnight. In the next section, we'll shift from short-term effort to long-term vision, and how adopting a legacy mindset can completely change the way you move through life. In the last section, we emphasize the power of action, the necessity of moving forward, even before you feel ready. Now, let's build on that truth with a mindset that sustains lasting success. Rule 11, never stop growing. The world doesn't wait for perfection. It rewards the man who acts, who learns, and who adapts, especially when the path is unclear. Those who shape history aren't the ones waiting for stars to align. They're the ones who move boldly in the face of uncertainty. The world belongs to the doers, not the dreamers. So cast aside hesitation. Let go of the illusion that a better moment will arrive. The greatest individuals in history didn't pause until everything made sense. They started before they felt prepared. They took the leap, made mistakes, adjusted course, and kept going with relentless drive. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. The only road that leads to success is the one paved by the actions you take now. Not someday, not later. Now, move with purpose. Move with courage. Let no obstacle distract you, no voice of doubt derail you, and no fear freeze your steps. It is not the man who waits, but the man who moves, who forges his destiny. But movement without evolution is incomplete. And that's where the next rule comes in. Growth is not a phase. It's not a season. It's not something you finish and check off a list. True growth is a lifelong commitment. There is no final destination in the pursuit of excellence. No point where you've made it and can now coast. The moment you stop learning, you begin to decline. Stagnation might feel still, but it's a quiet death, the slow erosion of your potential. Self-improvement must be ongoing. It is a duty, not a luxury. The man who chooses comfort over growth slowly loses the edge he worked so hard to build. And the truth is, the world never stops changing, so neither can you. Feed your mind as you would feed your body. Stretch your skills. Read, listen, observe, refine. Because the moment you believe you've learned enough, that's the moment you fall behind. A neglected mind is like an untended field. It withers. It loses richness. It stops producing. But a nourished mind? It expands, sharpens, and strengthens with time. The man who refuses to grow becomes unfit for the demands of life. He loses relevance. He becomes rigid, But the man who embraces growth remains agile, alert, and prepared. He evolves with purpose. Comfort is a quiet sedative. It soothes the restless, but it also weakens the driven. Growth, on the other hand, requires effort. And that effort, it keeps you alive. It keeps you reaching. It keeps you becoming. Because as long as you're growing, you're still in the game. Rule 12, build a legacy. In the next and final section, we'll bring everything together. Because the ultimate goal isn't just personal achievement. It's creating something that lasts far beyond you. In the last section, we reminded ourselves that growth is never finished. It's a lifelong pursuit. The moment you stop evolving, you begin to decline. But there's one final truth that ties it all together. What you build within yourself is the greatest legacy you'll ever leave behind. Rule 12, build a legacy. A man must rise to meet greater heights, not for applause, not for titles, but because the act of challenging himself is where true fulfillment begins. He must not run from hardship. Struggle is the fire that tempers the soul. It's what forges strength from weakness, character from chaos. Settling for good enough is the quiet choice of those who fear their own greatness. And if you fear greatness, you will never reach it. There is no honor in staying the same year after year, refusing to test your limits. There is no pride in living safely within your comfort zone. The man who avoids challenge lives a life of unrealized potential. He may survive, but he will never truly live. The greatest investment any man will ever make is not in stocks, not in property, not even in business, but in himself. Wealth may be lost, status may fade, but a disciplined, sharpened mind remains a tool of limitless value. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be broken. Knowledge, discipline, and skill. These are the true currencies of a fulfilled life. He who pours into himself, who commits to constant development, secures a future built not on chance, but on earned strength. A future filled with opportunity. Success isn't a final destination. It's not a mountaintop where the journey ends. The wise understand this. There is no summit without another peak waiting beyond it. The pursuit of excellence never stops. It's a lifelong endeavor. And those who embrace it never find themselves idle or aimless. They are always learning, always moving, always becoming. So stay hungry. Let no day pass without gaining something new, without challenging your abilities, without stretching the capacity of your mind. Stay curious. Seek wisdom. Look for lessons in failure and strength in discomfort. Cultivate your mind as a farmer tends to his fields, with care, discipline, and vision for the harvest ahead. Commit to becoming just a little better every single day, because the years will pass whether you grow or stay still. But only those who grow will look back with pride, knowing they gave life everything they had. In the end, it's not your fortune, not your fame, not even your accomplishments that define your legacy. It's who you became, because no title, no wealth, no recognition can ever compare to the value of a sharpened mind and a spirit forged through challenge. Stay strong, stay committed, and keep becoming. Wishing you health, happiness, and continued growth. And if you've found value in this journey, don't forget to subscribe to Mindset Daily. Your future self will thank you.